Hey friends, so I had this tiny epiphany. Follow me. It doesn't have to be long at all, but it's just a thought that we can chew on. So, I went through this great health and wellness journey, got super healthy, lost 175 pounds, so much great stuff. Praise the Lord for deliverance, Him standing in between me and myself, and all glory be to God. And then at a very specific point, a few years ago, I began to have a whole lot of trouble. I had to have a hysterectomy. Then now I am full menopause, 45 years old. And it's been tough. Well, one of the things that happened in the middle of that, and I still hold tight to the understanding that God gave us fruits and vegetables to bring healing. There's also a lot of healing in protein, and you got to figure out which protein. Listen, y'all, there is no healing in pork, especially not pork rinds. Just because you can does not mean you should, protein eaters. Anyways, there's lots of healing in, fish and lean meat and, other things like that. So anyways, I stand on that. I believe that. But then what started to happen when my body started to fall apart, because no matter what I did, y'all, eating super clean, very well, exercising very well, so on and so forth. No matter what I did, my body got weaker. I was gaining weight. And of course, we all know, I would say we all know, a lot of girls know that when your estrogen tanks, everything else is so that's what happened. But in the middle of all that, when it stopped working for me, I started to question it. And as I was working out today, y'all, the row machine is great. Get one, use one. They're fantastic. But as I was working out today, it sort of popped in my head. You deconstructed from health and wellness. How's this? So, because it's been sort of mind-boggling to me, because I studied and studied and studied and studied. I have my certification as a lifetime nutrition specialist through National Academy of Sports Medicine. I studied and studied and learned a lot of things, and studied the body and exercise and all that. And I realized how little I remember, how little I put away. And that was it. That was the moment. That was the light bulb for me. I deconstructed and I put away everything that I had learned, almost everything that I had learned. And here I am in a season where it's okay, you got to unpack some of that stuff, because it's still good information, and use it. And then it also hit me, and I went off on a whole nother tangent in my brain on the row machine, because you got time, right? You can think about things. But this is how people let go of God, because He stops working for them. So we have a very specific idea about how our bodies are supposed to work, and how our spiritual life is supposed to go, how our family life, how our job, how America, or wherever you are. We have very specific ideas, and then we sort of prescribe them to God, like we're His doctor. We're the ones to say, okay, God, this is what you need to do now, and this is how it will work out best. Y'all, His ways are higher. His thoughts are not just higher, they are so much better. They are perfect. And so when we move into this space where He's not working according to our ideas, then we put Him away. So that just can't be the case anymore. See, health and wellness is very subjective. It is really everybody needs a little something different. I did full plant-based, and I experienced so much great healing, which is full plant-based, but my body needed protein, and so I needed to add protein. And then I added the wrong protein, so I needed to subtract, and because it messed with my liver. By the way, pay attention, y'all. There are certain proteins, again, pork and beef too, y'all. But those things will really mess with your liver. Don't believe the lie that they won't. And so then I had to come back in, put the right protein. So you see what I'm saying? It's this ebb and flow, and depending on where you're at, and there's some people who go into certain medical conditions where you need a whole nother thing that nobody can just give you a formula that's just going to work for everybody. This is the difference about faith. God is. He was, He is, He is to come. Jesus is the way, the truth, the life, the only one. That's not subjective. That's just truth. Yeah. So, hey, points here. First of all, take care of yourself. Figure out where you are, but don't completely deconstruct and hop off the train. You need to be on the train. You need to take care of yourself. You're worth it. But even greater than that, don't walk away because God has allowed something in your life that's not according to your plan. He's got something better, and it includes suffering. That's a really crazy thing for us to digest, but it does. He is the result that we're looking for. God bless. Talk soon.